Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Diana and today I will be doing the North Node in Pisces video, or the North Node in the 12th house, South Node in Virgo, or South Node in the 6th house. So all of those placements will apply to this video. Before I get into the video and the content, I do have some reminders for you guys. Number one, I am very active on Instagram. Actually, I post a lot of information about astrology on Instagram. I go on IG stories and talk about different techniques that you guys can use for chart interpretations, and just give a lot of tips and do a lot of fun things on there and engage with you guys a lot more. So if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see more astrology content. Of course, I'm not going to neglect my YouTube channel. I'm still going to upload. So also let me know what you want to see below. For future videos, I should say. And then I'm offering birth chart readings. So go to my website, oneloveastrology.com, and you'll be able to take advantage of the holiday deals. I have a really good holiday deal right now where if you purchase your birth chart, you also get your 2019 horoscope, where I analyze your transits and the major players that are going to be affecting you next year. Additionally, additionally, thank you guys so much for your support, and let me know if you guys have any questions and comment below. But yeah, thank you for your support. Remember to subscribe also and hit the bell notification so you guys can be notified every time I upload a video. So without further ado, let's talk about the North Node and the South Node and what they mean, and then we'll get into the video. So the North Node in this life, the North Node tells us about what we're here to accomplish, what our soul is after, our life's purpose. And normally achieving your North Node qualities it's not easy, because we tend to, as humans, we tend to go back to the places that we are comfortable and familiar with. And what you're familiar with from previous lives is your South Node, and your South Node was in Virgo. Well, at least for this video, right? So usually we get more comfortable with our North Node after we go through our Saturn return, because at that point we reach a level of maturity and understanding where we realize that we're not growing unless we're uncomfortable. So with that said, let's talk about the North Node in Pisces, or in the 12th house. And I think that the house position in general for I don't know what's going on. Anyways, I think that the house position in general is a lot more stronger for these North Node positions. So definitely make sure you watch the house position of wherever your North Node is placed. I'm pretty much done. They're all up on my channel. This is the last one, so you guys will be able to find it. Okay, so if the North Node is in Pisces, your South Node was in Virgo. So in your past life, you were a doctor, you were a nurse, you were somebody, maybe a secretary, an admin, somebody who had to be really on top of things, follow a set of procedures, and be kind of really critical and perfect with everything. You could have even been a healer of some sort. And so from your past life, you guys have a tendency to kind of look for things that could be wrong. You know, in your past life, you looked at sick people all day and you kind of figured out what was wrong with them. You know, maybe they had a cut, a bruise. So you're very detail oriented because you had to be. So in this life, you come into this life trying to do the same thing with everyone. You try to be Mr. or Mrs. Perfect and follow a certain set of procedures. And this placement, I think it's very hard. And it's one of the most anxiety prone placements in astrology, because you guys bring anxiety upon yourself more than it has to be, because you guys have a lot of control issues from past life. You guys have this obsession with doing things perfect and right. You guys have this obsession with planning. You guys have this obsession with fixing things and fixing people. There's somebody really close in my life that has this placement, and it's really hard. I always see this person, you know, running around like a chicken with their head cut off, because they try to be so on top of things in every sense that it's crazy. And it even just makes me like want to be like calm down. Nobody is gonna criticize you if your house is not clean, right? Because that's what the North Node in Pisces is. It means that you perfected your, I guess, Virgo qualities, and that's what you come into this life knowing. But for example, let's take this North Node position on a very minuscule level, right? So if you have the North Node in Pisces, you're probably so anal about your house being clean all the time and making sure everybody's taken care of, especially when it comes to holidays. We're in Christmas season, right? So if you have the North Node in Pisces, you're probably driving yourself crazy with Christmas dinner, making sure the house is all neat and prepared, making sure that everybody's coming, trying to take care of everything, and you're giving yourself more and more anxiety. What you really need to do is let people take control, let people help you, because a lot of the time the universe is going to send you people that can help you, but because you have such control issues, you're probably not going to accept the help because they're not going to do it right. They're going to miss a spot when they're cleaning, and only you can do it right? So, and on top of that, universe will send you people like, you know, to help you to try to mend your control issues. But at the same time, if you don't let other people help you, then the universe is gonna send you like mistakes. So let's say on Thanksgiving, whatever that just passed, you may have burnt the turkey and that drove you crazy, and the universe is going to keep sending you road bumps on your quest for perfection until you learn how to let go and go with the flow. What you really need to learn in this life is to go with the flow. When something doesn't work out, when your plans don't go correctly, it's because the universe wants to take you down a different direction that maybe has more promising things for you, and you just have to let go and surrender. The other thing with this placement is that they can be really hard workers. They can work overtime a lot. They can, be really detail oriented at work and make sure everything gets done right and try to bite off more than they can chew because they're just responsible people. But the thing is that other people that in their work environments are not going to be like them, and that's going to drive them crazy. They're going to be like, oh my God, that Joe over there, he doesn't know how to do anything right. He leaves the paper out, the stapler out, blah, 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 blah. And probably will have a lot of issues with your coworkers, not bickering, but maybe it's just going to drive you insane and add to your level of anxiety. And then with this placement, there's a lot of preoccupation that's involved. There's a lot of, self-induced anxiety in general. And the problem with this placement is that if they don't learn how to master their positive Pisces qualities, which would mean, getting in touch with themselves through isolation or through meditation, getting in touch with themselves and learning about compassion and unconditional love instead of criticism or criticism of themselves. If they don't learn how to be a more positive, higher vibrational Pisces person, then they're gonna be a lower vibrational Pisces person. So if they stick with their Virgo past of judgments, criticism, trying to be on top of everything, then they can go down a road of addiction and alcoholism because they're trying to escape. At the end of the day, this placement does have to surrender to God. Like the mantra for this placement should be let go, let God. But it's really hard for them to do that. And so then they try to escape and they try to use alcohol and to drink or drugs and all of that. Instead, what the healthy habits that they can do is meditate. Every day. They need time to themselves. They need time to get closer to God, whether it's going to a church. They need time to let other people handle things because it's not about them. And the thing is, and I find that normally with the North Node in Pisces, nobody actually really pressures them to fix anything or to do anything. The expectation is on themselves. They expect that they're supposed to have their house A1. They expect that their that their work is supposed to be spotless without any mistakes. And if they don't hold themselves to that high standard, they feel like some type of void or emptiness, like it's not okay. As far as relationships, usually North Node in Pisces people have I think one of the hardest times with relationships, because they attract pretty shitty relationships. They want to be fixers, and the universe sends some people who need to be fixed, and then they stay in those shitty relationships until they feel like the job is done. And the job is probably not going to be done until that other person dies, because then the other person kind of gets used to the North Node in Pisces person being on top of everything and caring for them and fixing everything. And as a result, that's going to drive the North Node in Pisces is just as fucking crazy as them. So they need to learn how to let go of relationships. If they want to teach the other person a lesson, say that the other person that they're with is like an abuser. The other person is not going to learn, and you're not going to be of service to them if you kind of let them abuse you. You're going to teach them that it's okay to abuse other people, and then where you technically didn't do your job right? So yeah, that's a thing with the North Node in Pisces. They can attract shitty relationships. On the other hand though, they can sometimes be the negative ones in the relationship because they're so critical. First off, they can end up dumping their sorrows and their complaints and their victim mentality onto their partner, which is going to push them away. Secondly, they can be very critical of their partner, like, oh no, you're not doing it right, oh, you need to lose weight. Like, no. If a person is going to come to you for help, they're going to come to you on when they need it, when they need your 2 cents, not when you just want to put it out there. And they can be very judgmental, which can be kind of annoying to other nodal positions, because this position could be very critical, like, oh, it looks like she gained weight, or she's too fat, or you're too skinny. Like they can come off a little bit uncompassionate, and that's not what they need to do. They need to learn how to be compassionate. See, this placement has the ability to give so much unconditional love, and that's how they're going to heal people, through love, not through criticism or judgments. So if you have this position, I would recommend that if you're judging people, if you're judging yourself, stop it. First, find unconditional love for yourself, and that's going to be through meditation. Secondly, stop judging other people, love other people for who they are, and let go of control. Control is not going to serve you in this life. Maybe instead of trying to, fix things and keep things tidy, learn how to live in a mess. That way, once you expose yourself to a mess and you sit there with the anxiety that it brings, you'll be able to let go of control. And the days that you're not able to get to cleaning your house or cleaning your workspace, you'll be okay with it, and you'll stop putting so much anxiety from the expectations on yourself.